we're here in a pool shed on a Tuesday night, and or I should say Thursday night, because this is when the show comes out, and then you guys can pretend it's Thursday, but it's really Tuesday. But we are in the pool shed, and we're getting started a little later than we were supposed to. And I'm going to have to blame my wife on this one. I'm going to have to go full out, and it's going to take her about 3 months to hear this on the air because she's behind on listening to these shows. But she's the reason why we're late tonight, because she decided that she wanted to give me shit about me giving myself haircuts.
Last second decision.
What?
Last second decision, and she bailed.
Yeah, and then I said, well, what? Like, instead of you yelling at me in front of Kevin and just wasting it, why don't we allow the listeners of our program to hear you yell at me on air, and I can defend myself?
It was good.
It was good, right?
It was great.
It would have been great entertainment, but she decided, no, I don't want to do that. And if I was on the air, I wouldn't be like this. I would be nicer to you.
That's true.
Yeah. So, anyways, her point was, she says, why don't you get a haircut from a real person who cuts hair?
Like a professional.
A professional. And then I said, because I don't want to, and I don't know why, but I said, why? What's your problem? I said, I don't care. If I give myself a bad haircut a week later, it's fine again. You know, like, I don't care. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, but it's initially her argument was, I was halfway through a haircut and I never really finished it. I think it was on one of these episodes. I was wearing a hat because of it, and I was going to unveil how bad the haircut was. And then she's like, you went to Toronto to drop off our daughter. You're walking through Toronto with this half-done haircut. You look ridiculous. Yeah. She never said nothing while we were there, but I did know I looked ridiculous. And I forgot a hat, and I didn't care.
You fit in.
Yeah, it's Metropolitan Center. They just think I'm like some sort of like
eccentric.
Yeah, or a foreigner or something. They're like, oh, this guy's probably like an Eastern European or something. That's the haircut they have over there.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know.
That's what I would have guessed.
Yeah. The guy's like from one of the stands or something.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah, something like that. Or an Uzbek, or maybe this guy's like some sort of Georgian. You know? You don't know.
No.
So, anyways, I fixed my own hair, but she subconsciously was like giving away the things I need to cut my hair properly. She gave it to my daughters when they went away to school. So now I don't have the tools to cut my hair properly. She's like forcing me to get my hair cut by a professional, right? But it's not stopping me because I don't give a fuck what I look like, right?
You just press on. Work with what you got.
And then, Kevin, I went on to tell her that I don't know how it came up, but even with a bad haircut, I'm still getting compliments about being handsome. There was a person that told me they thought I was looking handsome at the last comedy show I was at. It was a dude, but still, it was nice of him to say.
Counts.
Yeah, it counts. I think he was sincere about it.
Yeah.
So he's saying I look handsome, and then my wife, you said that my wife, who's a rocket.
Yep.
You called her a rocket right in front of me, and I think it was a great compliment.
Yeah.
So then you said she thinks that I'm handsome, and I said, is that right? And what did she say? She said, yes, she thought I was handsome.
Yep, and then she said you could be more handsome.
I could be more handsome if I got someone to cut my hair. And then I said, then I would get so much pussy thrown at me. If I'm already handsome with a stupid haircut that I did myself,
yeah, then
how goddamn handsome am I going to be if I go to a professional?
You need a bat or a weapon to keep the ladies off you.
And you can only defend yourself against pussy being thrown at you for so long before one of them gets through.
Yeah.
It's just the law of averages. You can be the best goalie in the world. You're still going to let a puck in now and again.
That's what happens.
So
I believe that you're doing it for her.
You're goddamn right. I'm doing it for her. And that's the reason why my personal hygiene is suspect at times.
You're a selfless man.
I haven't bought clothes in like 15 years. Not real clothes, unless you can't concert T-shirts. But yeah, not real clothes.
Any thrift shop clothes?
Oh, I like thrift shopping. Yeah,
especially on deal days.
Yeah. Oh, we do have the show going. Oh, shit.
What's wrong?
Well, not that anyone cares, but fuck. Butt fuck. No, we've been streaming, but the whole time our logo's been right over our faces.
Probably better.
Yeah. Now you have to look at us, which is not nearly as good. I'm sorry, everyone.
Actually.
But
you're a handsome mug. It's okay.
Oh, now, yeah. But my haircut, apparently, from the side, my wife was quite disgusted with it. She said it was incredibly disgusting.
I feel like she felt obligated to fix it for you, too.
What?
I think she felt an obligation to try and fix it for you.
Yeah, she feels that by me cutting my own hair, that puts pressure on her to fix my hair because the parts I can't see and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not entirely true. The first couple haircuts I gave myself, she didn't help at all.
No.
And they're fine. They're fine. Because you got to understand, it doesn't fucking matter.
And 1 week later.
Yeah, it's just like growing out again. No one really knows.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I just don't care enough about my appearance, and I don't understand why it matters to people.
I think you're one of the original hipsters.
That is like you're talking like to me. I take a bit of offense to it because I am not a hipster because in order for me to admit that I was a hipster
means you're trying
would mean that I'm not a hipster.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
In that case. But I don't think of myself as a contrarian, which is what I think hipsters a lot of times are. They go against all fabrics of any conformity whatsoever. But if I like something, I like something. Like Lady Gaga, I can admit that she's talented. Like there's certain things that she does. I'm like, wow, that's great. You know, like I can appreciate the like that telephone video she does, where she's got the cigarette glasses.
Yeah,
it's fucking great. It's one of my favorite videos of all time. You know, like I'm not total like against everything, but like a hipster seems like he could never give credence to something that hit mainstream. You know?
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I don't feel. But I have strong opinions of the things I like and don't like, and that's where I think that I kind of am a hipster because if everyone's doing something because it's popular, it makes me sick.
Yeah.
You know, like it automatically leaves a bad taste in my mouth if it's a fad of some sort.
I like even television shows when they first come out. Like I remember Homes on Homes came out and it was a half an hour show about a guy that went around and fixed people's fuck ups.
Yeah.
And then it got into an hour and overproduced and popular and I couldn't watch it no more.
Yeah.
I liked it when I guess I like it when it's more underground.
Yeah, even Tom Green's show when it was like a basic cable show.
It's way better.
I thought it was awesome. And then it went to, by the time it was on MTV, it was like overproduced, I thought, and it lost something.
Too many fingers in the...
Yeah. People trying to make money off something that worked. I know, that's kind of like I don't know if it's still a thing in like entertainment and comedy, but it's like, it's always a thing that I got to get the show started.
Okay.
I forgot. We haven't even done this thing that we do every week. We do it because my friend Dave Charles, he wrote this music for the show, and we call it a theme song, and we do it, and then we start the actual program. So let's do that thing.
All right.
Hey. Welcome, everybody, to the Dutch Hall. We are cozy in a pool shed in Pine Grove. We are clearly the funniest podcast ever to come out of a pool shed, bar none. And I believe that is just because I have my good friend Kevin Van Dungeon here, everybody. And let's just hear it for him. We're off the hop.
All right. How's everyone?
You know, we used to need a band and a bartender and a whole bunch of like bells and whistles on this program. But now I realize that all I need is my friend Kevin Van Dungeon and this man here, a robot version of my friend Dave. Robot Dave, everyone.
Yeah, what's your problem?
My problem?
He's pissed off today.
What's my problem? What's your problem?
What's your problem, man?
I don't have a problem, Dave. All I have is I gave you a nice introduction. I don't have a problem. I don't know why you think I have a problem.
Thanks a lot, Pete.
Well, there you go. That's more positive,
It's
at
a
least.
better attitude.
Yeah. You got anything nice to say about the Mexicans, Dave?
He really does. He really does.
You know I have a soft spot for Mexicans.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Hey, you know what I think, Dave, we forget to talk to you all the time about, and that is, first there was all that pedophilia, and then there was all that stuff with the residential schools, with the Catholic priests and nuns and stuff like that. All that that horrible, horrible history. What do you think about that sort of thing?
Why does the world so hard on the Catholic Church?
He's slurring
What?
his words. Jesus.
Dave, are you saying that after pedophilia and like the horrors of what happened in the residential school, you're like gonna you're gonna like defend the Catholic Church?
A couple priests do some bad things. People do bad things in all sorts of jobs. Why is it the Catholic priests always making the front page?
Whoa.
Jesus.
I don't know, Dave. I don't like your stance. I'm going to tell you. Me and you, even though I feel like I'm kind of like Dr. Frankenstein and you are my monster, I don't feel like you are a representative of what I wish to create. Your opinions do not reflect mine.
Oh, that's fantastic. In the primary grades, I was known as Husky.
Well, thank you for that, Dave. I do remember that. You were very husky. I also remember that his glasses would always break. And like all of his stories when we were young were like this, where he'd go, where he would talk about grade school stories, and he'd go like this. He'd go, one time I was having a snowball fight, and somebody like hit me in the face with a snowball, and it broke my glasses, and I went, fuck, and then I had to go to the principal's office. Right, and then the teacher heard me, and I go to the principal's office. And then one time we were playing soccer, and this guy kicked the soccer ball and hit me in my face, broke my glasses. And I said, "Fuck!" And the teacher heard me. I had to go to the principal's office. One time I was on the monkey bars, and I fell off, and I hit my face on the ground, broke my glasses. And I said, "Fuck!" Every single one of his stories. There's something about breaking his glasses and saying "fuck." He's like the real life guy from the Christmas Story.
Yeah,
like Ralphie.
Put your eye out.
Oh man! Every time I watch that story, I think it's like a biography of Dave's
does
childhood.
look like a little Dave too.
Yeah, except Ralphie was the older brother and Dave was the younger brother.
Oh,
so he'd be more like Tommy. Right?
He was husky.
Yeah, but he reminds me so much of Ralphie. Real thick boy. Husky. Anyways, Robot Dave, everybody. Robot Dave.
All right.
And me, you're wondering, who is this guy talking on the microphone? I am the host of this program and two-time President's Club Award winner, Pete Van Dyke, everyone. All right. Yeah. So we have a great show here tonight. We really do. In fact, even though we have to start off with a sad tribute to one of my favorite comedians of all time that was lost to the world today, Norm MacDonald passed away. And I got to say, I had, like, nobody had any idea. He kept his illness. He had a long time illness with cancer, and he kept it secret from the public. And I always respect people, speaking from a guy who has cancer and has blabbed about it. And I've tried telling jokes on stage about it, and I've tried to talk about it on the show in order to be candid and to kind of normalize it or whatever, or maybe help people who are also struggling and just kind of feel like they can relate at times,
Sure.
But the argument is that maybe that's pandering, that maybe I am, maybe I'm just doing it to elicit a response, from, oh, fuck me, cancel.
From your listeners?
Well, from my listeners, from like if I'm telling a joke about having cancer, I'm just trying to get sympathy from the audience that they'll pity laugh at me or something like that. God damn it, what am I trying to do here? I just have to go to, there we go. I'm just going to fucking, that's better. The media, the stream was going caca on me. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh, cancer that I'm like pandering to people. And I'm not trying to. I'm trying to tell a joke that's funny.
Yeah.
And when I started out, because I have to say it about having cancer, the crowd goes, when I say it.
Okay.
And then I'm like, fuck.
That's not what you're looking for.
Now I got to dig myself out of that hole because it's like opposite of what I'm looking for.
Right.
Because you don't want people saying "aw" and feeling bad for you. That's exactly what you don't want. So you have to. I actually. That's why I'm like. That's why I always kind of struggle with that joke because it's a good joke, but I have to get to the point of having cancer like real quick and then breeze it off, so people don't concentrate on it.
Right.
But I'm not doing it for sympathy by any stretch. Like I would downplay it. Like I downplay it like it's nothing, so anyways, that is interesting, but a person that can keep a long-term illness like that
quiet
for that long, like speaking from a blabbermouth,
right?
As a blabbermouth, I respect the dignity of kind of just like keeping that kind of like personal a problem like private, so you don't worry your family and worry your friends and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then one day just find out you're dead, and then that you just like didn't have to.
Yeah,
just like they got hit by a car or something,
heart attack
right?
or something. Yeah.
But you could have had like, like 9 years of people coming up to you and giving you that like puppy dog look and like, so how are you? Like, no, really, how are you? And, they're talking about your cancer or whatever. Yeah. It's nice, but
yeah, I don't know. You were saying before though, like a lot of his stuff in the last couple of years. Now that you know.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that as soon as I found out. It's like you start thinking about because I have like consumed like Norm Macdonald. As far as a Canadian comedian goes, I would say, and we have had huge comics come out of Canada, like
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, who's more like now no more as an actor, but started as a comedian. Then Howie Mandel, started as an actor. Mike started as a comedian. Still does comedy.
Seth Rogen,
but yeah, he started in comedy too, but now doesn't do it.
Yeah.
But like, as far as a guy who's like a pure comic, that's got the respect of his peers, like known as one of the greats, like one of the purest comedians, and he like achieved success at the highest level of his craft. Russell Peters is Canadian. That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a big name.
But I would say like Norm would be universally like respected, and if I could like use anyone as like someone like that would be like the just from a stand-up comedy perspective, like someone that you could model your career after as far as the like catalog of work or whatever.
Yeah,
I'd say Norm Macdonald is by far like the greatest thing that's ever come out of this country.
So funny too, just so funny, always.
Yeah, I know. I like I heard a joke just today because looking up stuff on YouTube, and I think the joke went like this. He was telling it to Bob Saget on his show, and he goes, "Yeah, so there's this pedophile,
already good,
yeah, and he sees this young boy, and the young boy comes up." And he's playing with the pedophile has this welder's mask, that he has by his his car, and then or by his van, I guess. I don't remember how the joke goes exactly. And then he goes, anyways, the pedophile sees that the boy really likes the welder's mask. He says, hey, you want to put the welder's mask on? And the boy says, yeah. And then he puts it on, and he's like, hey, you want to come into my van? And the boy says, okay. And he goes, hey, you want to pretend you're driving the van or whatever? So the boy says, sure. And he puts the welder's mask on, and he's driving the van. Then he goes, you want some candy? And the boy says, sure, I'll have some candy. And he goes, hey, you want to suck my dick, you know? And then the boy's like, no, I don't want to do that, you know? And he goes, you want me to suck your dick, you know? And the boy's like, no, I don't want that either. And he goes, you want me to stick my filthy cock in your ass, you know, in your juicy boy ass? Right? Then the guy goes like, the kid goes like, no, heck no. He goes, he goes, oh, I get it. He goes, no, I'm not a real welder.
So MacDonald.
Yeah.
I don't know. The one I heard today was like a street joke that I think he wrote, and it was just about a guy going for a job interview. And at the job interview, the question is, can you tell me something about yourself that you think might be detrimental to working here? And he's like, well, I really don't like. Criticism doesn't really bother me. And the guy goes, well, actually, I think that's a good quality. He goes, I don't really give a fuck what you think. That's the whole joke.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's the way even he would just break the rules of comedy just for the sake of doing it. Like you're supposed to get to the point as quick as you can.
20-minute moth joke.
Yeah, but he does that 20-minute moth joke, which is exactly opposite. He's taking it, which becomes the swerve in a way.
Yeah,
which is so smart.
Oh, he's so funny.
Yeah, but you look back at his catalog now, and you're like, yeah, he did that whole period of time where he's just talking about death all the time, and I bet you that's about the time he got diagnosed, and then he hung around with so many old people, and then he was like always even the guests on his podcast, a lot of them were pretty old. Mm-hmm. And at first you're like, I don't know, maybe it's like I know for my show I book guests that I have questions for,
right?
That I want to pick their brain, or I don't know why I have Joe on because I never picked his brain, but they it would be so much more fun if he was here, except we'd have to hear him.
Yeah.
It would just be fun if we could just like, hey, Joe, come in for that one, Joe.
Turn his mic off.
And then as soon as he heard me burn him like that and we all had a good laugh, then we had to ask him to stay out there until we're ready to make fun of him again, and then have him come back in again.
Come back in, we got one.
We got one for you again. Sit there, and then he'll be just talking on the way out. Yeah, that would be the best way to have him on.
Stealing a mic.
He still does draw an audience, I'll tell you that, Kevin.
Yeah?
Oh, well, I'm not saying he's like Fred Eaglesmith territory. But,
is it his good looks?
Well, it's not his good looks. But the people do tune in to hear what kind of bullshit comes out of his mouth, and which I think is his charm.
Yep. He's a polarizing guest on your show.
He is a polarizing guest, yes. He is definitely a polarizing guest.
It really does suck about Norm, though.
Yeah, it does. He's really going to be missed as far as like a fresh take on something.
Yeah.
Or a different way of going about doing. Like if you look at Norm MacDonald, and his early stand-up, like when he was working for Yuck Yucks and stuff, and he was like real skinny, and it was just very much, jokes, mm-hmm. and it was like a rhythm, like there was something like very old school about it, and then as he got older and then started to be more introspective and stuff like that, I think that's like that kind of stand up was way more provocative, but way more I don't know, like I think that like why wouldn't he still, like when he was doing stuff that you probably shouldn't be doing anymore. Like, even when he got in trouble for saying Down syndrome instead of the R word or whatever. He he was doing that because he was speaking his truth.
Yep.
He was a man of his time.
And I think he really thought saying Down syndrome was better.
Yeah, I don't think it was done with hate for sure.
No.
And but I think that he's like a product of, not only was he a product of his time, he was speaking as he was, like I don't think that he could. I don't think that I think it was Nietzsche or whatever. He says that you have to live your authentic self, and then you can achieve high levels in your art or whatever. And I think that Norm Macdonald was a good example of that. Like, I think that he brought his art where his brain wandered, and then did it in a way that always made you learn from him when you watch how he grew with his career, with his stand-up. That's how you could always learn something new when you watch him, because he'd always be getting better.
And he was, great on the news on Saturday Night Live. Like, I wonder how Frank Stallone feels today. Because
is Frank Stallone still alive?
I have no idea, but he was the punchline for a lot of jokes, or the Germans.
Yeah, David Hasselhoff too made a bunch of them. And one of my favorite SNL jokes that he would tell, that he told, was Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley announced their divorce today. They cited irreconcilable differences. Apparently, Lisa Marie is more of an introvert and likes to cozy up with a nice book, and Michael is more of a homosexual pedophile.
Yeah, and he was hard on OJ, and that's what lost him his job.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of, I totally get it especially when you think that you're in stand-up comedy, so that you can say and do whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
Like, most stand-up comedians, I think, universally do not like being told what to do. And so when somebody tells you don't make jokes about OJ,
that's what you're going for it.
It's like such a temptation. It's like, don't speak of a white rabbit, or don't think of a white rabbit, that's the sort of thing it is. It's just really hard. And I've been told a couple times, to keep it clean or whatever, or something, and it's okay if I took the gig that way, but if you hired a shit show and then you just are busting my balls about being dirty or whatever, fuck you, man, I'm not getting paid for this or whatever, I'm gonna say whatever I want, but I understand. So where was I going with this? I fucking blanked out.
I think it was about Norm just being told what to do and going the opposite direction.
Yeah, so OJ, you don't do that, and then you're going to do it. Plus, this is the fucking biggest story in the world, literally in the world at the time. I was in England in '95 for the OJ verdict, and it was the London shut down for the OJ
royal
verdict.
Wedding almost.
Everyone was watching the verdict on TV. I remember that. That was a big year when we were over there, because they had, when I was over in England, that was the referendum in Canada. Mm-hmm. That was when Quebec had to vote to leave or whatever. So we were over there thinking, is our country going to split apart? We're going to go back to a different country. But it was a close vote, and Quebec stayed.
Yeah. That's too bad.
Yeah. I don't see what, everyone's so married to their, even me when I was young, I was married to the idea of Canada being together forever and all that stuff. And now I'm it doesn't make any sense for Canada to stay together. It doesn't make any sense for the United States to stay together. It doesn't make sense for any of it. If you I don't see why we need a federal government really to do very much for us.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I mean? I think it should just be the provinces handle all the important shit, and then what the fuck does the federal government supposed to do?
Yeah, the provinces can get together and fight it out.
Yeah, I think just let us be our own countries, and then we don't need the feds. And then we have to have Rob Ford, or what's our guy, Doug Ford?
Yeah,
Doug Ford's got to go and
fight with the
talk
guy
with
in Alberta
Putin or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
he's got to go because he'd be his own country leader,
or Joe
right?
Biden. He's got to go down.
Yeah, I think the United States will break up before Canada.
Yeah.
But I think if the United States broke up, we'd break up too. Like some of us would leave with them. Like they would, or like BC would be like, hey, we're going to go with Oregon and Washington, and
it'd be a power move too. Is if like Ontario joined with like New York State and maybe Michigan, and we're like, we got the freshwater fuckers.
Oh yeah, well that's a big one because right now like water shortages are a real deal. Like even in the States, they're starting to run ads about like. In some places about like water conservation because it's a real problem. Mm-hmm. And, like when that becomes a problem, it's not about drinking water so much. It's about like what kind of water you using to like grow crops and manufacture things. When you manufacture things that require a lot of water, like you just aren't going to be able to do it in California and Arizona and all that stuff. So that's going to move up to places with water. Like they're going to... all of a sudden production and stuff is going to move to Minnesota and to the Great Lake Basin and all that stuff, like places where they have a lot of fresh water. And I think globally you'll see industry move to Canada because
we got
water. But
then we won't have water.
Yeah, and also with global warming too, like we have the Northwest Passage that's opening up, and it's bigger than, it doesn't have the restrictions of the Panama Canal.
Right.
So you can put bigger ships. And they're going shorter distance for a lot of the treks, and because they're taking less treks because they're bigger ships, they potentially do a lot less damage.
What happened?
Oh,
you got a cramp?
Yeah. Wow.
Where is it? It's a hammy cramp or a bum cramp?
No, it's in my leg. It's just fucking crippling right now. Oh my God. What?
Mustard.
Mustard?
Yep. Tablespoon of mustard, gone.
Will take away will it stop the cramp immediately?
Yes. I watch hockey players do it. Go.
You just eat mustard?
Yep.
I don't have any in here.
Oh.
I should text my wife?
Text Jane and have her bring some out.
I'm going to do it because this is like it's super just out of nowhere. Mustard.
Yep. It'll take it away. I watch hockey players do it on the bench.
All right. I'm going to call her so it's more immediate.
Yep. I think it's a good idea.
This is an emergency.
She's in the shower.
Did she say she was showering?
No, I don't know. Oh, this is good.
All right.
What a haircut.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, Jane, I'm having a horrible cramp, and Kevin says if you bring me mustard, it'll make the cramp go away.
Mustard?
Just bring it! Mustard! Please. Pretty please.
Yep.
But
please.
I changed my tune.
Please, honey bunny. Sugar nipples.
I don't know what's being too tough on her there with it. But she's going to ask a bunch of fucking questions instead of bringing my mustard, right?
This is a live emergency on your show.
I can't sit down. This fucking thing's going to start cramping on me again. What is wrong with... That was an aggressive cramp, man.
It really was.
Did you...
You sprung out of your seat. I thought, like, maybe you were passing...
Oh, no. This is a... like, have you... Like, when you're... Most of the time, I'll get them in my calf.
Yeah. Or
right.
I get them in my feet sometimes, too.
This isn't my feet. This was the back of my thigh. Oh, yes, mustard's here.
She's quick.
Not quick enough for a crampy McGee here. All right.
Yellow mustard.
No spoon, just got to dump it in my mouth.
Not that stuff.
Not that? Yellow?
Yep. Like a tablespoon. He'll take it away.
I just got to dump it in my mouth.
All right.
All right? Okay, tablespoon in my mouth. Wait, hold on. Just get this out of the way. All right, tablespoon in my mouth. All right. More.
You know what would be just amazing? Oh, it brought it back. What's going on?
Yeah, it did bring it back. Maybe it didn't go down my gullet fast enough. Ooh, it's kind of good. Wait, hold on. It's really bad, though.
Is the cramp still there?
Wait, it's gone. It is gone. Wait, yeah, it's gone so far. See? I know where it's been. Right behind here is where it was.
In the old hammy.
I'm like, stomach cramp?
No, it straightened my goddamn leg right out.
He stood up. Like
it sprung me to my feet because it's like, this thing is really angry.
I thought he got bit by a squirrel.
What are you doing? Are you looking up what?
It's true. Mustard, man.
What I got bit by a squirrel? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Is that what gives me cramps?
No, I thought I said it looked like you got bit by a squirrel or something.
Oh.
Just jumped.
No, I wasn't bit by a squirrel.
What action?
I saw it. Yeah, this has been an
action-packed episode.
Yeah,
Jane's looking it up right now.
that's probably gonna. If you look it up on WebMD, they're gonna say I'm dying. Don't do that.
She wants to know why mustard fixes cramps.
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh,
Kevin just wanted to see me eat a lot of mustard. I seem to remember Kevin Van Denchen at a party one time where you were making claims about an iron stomach.
Oh, yes?
And where people were feeding you different things to try to see if you would puke.
Did I puke?
You did not puke.
No.
And you ate gross things.
I fell into a fire at one of your parties.
Really?
Yep. Tried walking across the skids on a fire, and
oh, yeah.
one gave way, fell right in.
Yeah, that happens. It happens at bush parties.
Veteran move.
Yeah, I remember a Sonnenberg party, too, where I was riding a skid on a fire.
Yeah.
Those are great days.
They were.
It's amazing we all survived.
Any evidence, Jane, that mustard takes away cramps? Uh-oh. I watched a guy do it, honestly, in hockey. He had a mustard packet on an NHL game.
Yeah.
And they're like, why is he doing that? And they say, he's got a cramp.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, I got to tell you, so far, like, it has subsided, and right immediately before I swallowed the mustard, it was cramping a second time.
Uh-oh.
And then it stopped. It hasn't come back, so it may have worked. You think it was yellow?
Yellow mustard. Because it was a little hot dog packet.
Right. And if I would have used a Dijon, it could have worked, but you did. It was no guarantee.
And it might have tasted better.
It was
Depending on
fancier.
your preference.
It's fancier. I think what I would be was it would be like more of a French cramp.
Dijon,
cramp.
France.
Comes up. I can't search mustard and cramp.
I found out that Dijon mustard was a Pope's
Favorite mustard?
Yeah, he liked mustard, and I guess some guy from Dijon, France,
Yeah.
was his mustard maker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know what Pope. That's as much as I know about this story.
Pope Hot Dog the Second,
I think so.
and
Hot dog John Paul
yeah, that's only the time I would use yellow mustard.
for a cramp.
No,
Or
for a hot dog. But I don't think I would even use it on a hot dog. I think I would use something fancier.
I put it on eggs before.
Mustard on eggs?
I have.
You know what I like on eggs is my go-to, and the only reason I have it is because if you spend more than $250 at the one grocery store, they give you like free shit, and it's shit that you're trying your hardest not to buy.
Yeah.
For the most part, they'll give you like a bunch of cookies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, one time they gave us all the condiments, and so we got
Sriracha.
No, we got a bunch of yellow mustard. Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
So it says, one site says...
Wait, come here.
So yellow mustard contains acetic acid, which is documented to relieve nighttime leg cramps.
Oh.
The other one says no, you just need heat or cold. And then this one says you should have an orgasm by yourself or with a partner, and that will help cramps.
Wow.
Really?
You've got something to do right after this podcast is done.
I like the third guy.
Jane, it's your duty. Pete has a cramp.
I have a cramp, and I need an orgasm.
Nothing. You won't be worried about your cramp. Is it back?
Yeah, I think it's coming back. Ever since I heard that part about the orgasm, I think my cramp's coming back.
Well, this is all for this week on Dutch Hall.
Yeah. Well, see you in about 2 seconds. No, I'll just be sleeping. Can't see yourself out.
Yeah.
I finally edited that one show of Joe's that we left recording after the show. It was like I had to pee so bad at the end, so I hit end stream. But I didn't, and then another screen comes up and says, "Are you sure?" And then I didn't hit that one, so I just kept streaming for another 2 hours. And Joe and me were talking at the bar, and he said horrible things.
Anybody hear it?
No, I don't think anyone heard it. But I finally erased all that stuff.
That's good.
Technically, it's not erased. I can always get it.
Oh, well.
I should pull that and use it against him.
Yeah, give it to what do you call it? One of your
TMZ?
No, the people that pay to listen to this.
Oh, I give it to Jen? Patreon?
Yeah, one of your Patreon customers.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to know any of the people he's talking about. But it was funny. He was really mad at me when I was like, I just put all that on the internet by accident. And he's like, oh, you're in trouble. He was really upset, and I had to take it down. He said, I said these things. They'll ruin me.
Ruin what?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, you can't be ruined.
Can't ruin what's not there.
Yeah. Anyways, I want to see my list. There is one thing we should do. It's a segment that we do on the show called Feedback. We got feedback.
We got feedback. It's feedback. It's motherfucking feedback.
Boom. Welcome to Feedback. We got feedback. This week's segment is brought to you by our sponsors. If you're having problems, are you having problems reaching your personal goals, or is there something standing in your way of you achieving the life that you want to live? Well, I got, maybe you just need some better help. If you go to betterhelp.com/Dutch Hall, you'll be connected with a licensed professional in less than 48 hours. And I got to tell you, they're not a crisis line. They're not a self-help line. They're professional counseling done discreetly. They are. You can get. They're pretty good service. You know, go to betterhelp.com/Dutch Hall. That's betterhelp.com/Dutch Hall. And I got to tell you, I don't know if you know this, but I use therapy, and I can still use it because my brain doesn't work as good as it should. And I think that everybody can deal with some of this shit that you got going on in your head. So why not use a service where you can be connected with anywhere you are in the world with these like a network of professional therapists tailor-made to your needs. And if you don't like the one you got, you can switch them. It's a very good service. So if you want to, again, betterhelp.com/Dutch Hall. And for Dutch Hall listeners, you'll receive 10% off your first month if you go to betterhelp.com/Dutch Hall. BetterHelp is a sponsor of this program, and so is Amazon. All you got to do is go to the Live from Dutch Hall website, click on our Amazon banner, and do your shopping, and then some of that money will come back and help the show. So thank you to those people. And we also have one more thing to promote. Let's say two more things. One is Patreon. Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/Dutch Hall. And you know what? If you do decide to support us on Patreon, I don't give a shit what I got written on that site. Because we have so very few Patreon supporters. In fact, we have one, our queen.
Yeah.
Anything that's on there is like not enough. We're going to do whatever you ask. We're literally your bitch. All you need to do is give us money, and we're your bitch. You know, we might not even use the money for the show. We just might use it to shower you with gifts.
Nice.
That's what we're considering doing with our Queen Jen Husko.
And so we should.
And so we should. She's a great supporter of the show.
Yep.
So if you want to be like her, where we're your bitch, all you got to do, patreon.com/Dutch Hall, and even for like $5 a month, that's $60 a year.
For this? That's a bargain.
Yeah, 52 shows.
Yep.
And it's only going to cost you $60.
$1 and something a show?
Come on. It's easy. And
Be
you're
cheap.
going to make us your bitch?
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. $60 will you be your bitch? That's how fucking cheap of whores we are.
2 bitches,
Yeah.
$60.
Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes 3.
And I'm working on an interview with a internationally renowned recording artist.
That's pretty goddamn good.
And so I'm hoping to hear back. That something will get out shortly. And also there's a new YouTube show that I'm currently in the beginning stages of planning, but hoping that within the next month or so we should have an announcement about that. And those are the two big things that are happening.
What a teaser.
And if you'd like to give us anything, tell us anything about the show, give us your feedback. You can do it at livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com or go to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that shit. We're on it. Let us know how you feel about this show. Okay, so we're probably at about 20 minutes left in the program.
Mm-hmm.
And we're fucking killing it. That's what this means. Segment-wise, like, if this was a TV show, which isn't or whatever,
But
when people did try to tell me what to do, you'd say, you got to do segments. Fuck, I look at our cold open, then the first chunk of the show, then feedback, then we got 20 minutes left.
Fuck.
In my sleep,
Yeah.
I'm killing the show.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do is I prepare for these programs. And when I do prepare, we generally don't ever get to what we prepare. But this one, I've got way more stuff prepared than what we're going to talk about. So I have 3 different topics, Kevin.
Okay. Do I get to pick?
And you'll get to pick.
Oh, sweet.
So I have how I feel about my penis.
Okay.
I have the chipmunk game that I created.
Right.
And I have a story about a pornography I watched.
You think we'll get to 2 of 3?
We might get to 2 of 3.
I want to know how you feel about your penis,
Okay.
but I kind of want to know about the porno.
Okay. I will go porno first, and I'll end with how I feel about my penis.
All
Okay.
right. Sounds good.
Now, pornography for me is something I usually don't talk about.
No.
Usually, you keep it to myself. I am more
Good Catholic shame.
yeah, to be ashamed of it. Usually, I
Yeah.
do it. I'm ashamed. I keep it a secret. You know.
Yep.
But every once in a while, I stumble across some pornography that's just too damn good.
All right.
It is just too damn good. And I don't know how I stumbled upon this one.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I wonder about girls sometimes. I wonder if what they do when it's a girls' weekend. Because every time I see girls that are on a girls' weekend, they're wild. You know? So I'm wondering, are all girls like this? What really goes on when it's just the girls
Right.
behind closed doors?
Pillow fights.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So I see this one video, a bunch of real girls.
Like a documentary?
It's a homemade.
Pornography.
It's in the homemade category, I guess.
Nice.
It's a bunch of drunk girls. One girl's drunk, in particular. They're young girls, and the girl who's drunk, the girl who's the star of this pornography, is she's fucking hilarious, and she's just a delight. Like
Okay.
she seems very likable. She seems very much a great time.
Yeah.
And very funny. Like she made me laugh through the entire thing. She was making me laugh. This girl in this pornography, and it's not pornography. It's amateur porn. It's like a homemade video of these girls. One of the girls is filming it in the hotel room after at something. Right? They're all at a hotel room together.
Yeah, yeah.
They're partying, and this one friend is on the bed, completely nude.
Yeah.
And she has decided to make it her challenge, see if she can get her whole fist in her vagina.
Right.
So she's just shoving, like, she gets the 4 fingers and she can get it to the point where it's at her knuckles, but she just can't get it further than that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And every once in a while, one of her friends will come in the room and be like, oh, Gloria, what are you doing? You know, like something like that.
Yeah.
And like have to run away, like there'll be some screaming and going, "What's going on in here? You girls are crazy," you know,
Right.
like that. And then some girls are just screaming like that they love it. It's a lot of screaming,
Right.
and then the girl's laughing and just she's got her like legs at one point like over her head, and she's just concentrating on just, and she's like, "It's so close, it's so close." Like
Yeah.
she's just got to do it. Anyways, I found it endlessly entertaining. I don't remember if I found it sexual anymore. I was just enjoying it like a entertaining TV show, and I
Yeah.
didn't know if the fist would ever eventually get in. And at one point in time,
Did it keep you tuned?
yeah, I was watching the whole thing, and then I watched it right to the end. And then she goes, at one point in time, they're like, hey, you're never going to get it in. Just give up, all right? We're going to have to call it. Like, let's stop doing. The one girl's like, who was very uncomfortable by the whole thing, is like, let's just stop doing this.
It's a draw.
Right? So then the girl stops, and then she gets up, and you can see she kind of walks away from the bed, and then she just all of a sudden turns right around, gets back on the bed, puts the legs above her head, and gives it another try, just maybe thinks like, I'm going to fucking get this, like it was a challenge.
She didn't want to be defeated.
No. She didn't want to be defeated.
You
could tell by her own fist. You could tell, like, it started out like, have you girls ever put your whole fist in your vagina?
That was how it started?
I don't know how this would have got started, but this is how I imagine it started.
Yeah.
Because the video started, she's already naked on the bed trying to stick her fist in her vagina.
Right.
But this one, I imagine it was her. They're like playing like Never Have I Ever or whatever. Have you ever stuck your fist in your vagina?
Yeah.
And then she's the only one that's like, or whatever. You haven't tried that? It's like, I come so close, like, I think I can do it,
Tonight's the night.
And then the friends are like, I want to see it. And then, then she's like, fucking right, you'll see it. I'm going to do it. It's like a personal goal of hers, stick her own fist in her vagina. This is like, by the way, not the type of girl that seems like the type to put a fist in her vagina. She's like a sweet, like somebody's wife or girlfriend, like a girl next door type, and very much just having fun with her friends.
Yeah.
But admitting, like, I'm so close to being able to fist myself, and I really think I can do it.
She got
tonight.
Maybe got caught up in the moment.
Yeah. She's a little drunk too. I could tell she was a little drunk. But anyways, bravo to her, whoever she is out there. I wish I could find it.
And that whole film crew entertained you.
Oh my God! Thank you to her friend who filmed that and humiliated her by putting it online. Thank you to everybody. I really do enjoy it. I would, if I saw that again in my porn feeds.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it again.
Maybe you'll get movies like that. Maybe your algorithms change.
Oh, my God. I hope so. I hope it's all just drunk girls trying to do stupid shit with their vagina. Yeah. It would be great.
In a home movie style?
Yeah, real girls. Like, I don't have any... If a girl looks like she's if a girl looks familiar from porno, it disqualifies her.
You don't need a professional sticking her fist in her vagina.
No, I want to see a girl who's made a bad decision. I want to see... I want to see something that isn't meant for me, is really what I would say is, like, I don't want to see a professional. I want to see a real guy, like, fuck normally, and then know that I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see, like, some guy putting a half hard cock in a woman.
Yeah. It's not 14 inches long.
Yeah, juiced up on Viagra and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my opinion, but everyone's welcome to their own kinks and stuff. I happen to like young, drunk girls trying to fist themselves.
Nothing wrong. Hey, nobody's judging you.
Oh.
People may be judging you. I don't know, but I'm not judging you.
Well.
It is what it is. It's what
do what you want. Do what you want. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, whatever you like, whatever floats your boat. If it happens to be drunk fisting, and I wouldn't call it fisting as much as it is four fingering and some knuckles.
I like how entertained you were by it, and not in an aroused way.
No, I like the fact that this is just what I imagine all girls do when they go away just for a weekend together. Is that one of them's going to sit up on the bed and try to stick her whole hand in her vag? I think that's great.
Yeah, it changes your view on when your wife says, "I'm going for a girls' night."
You're like, oh, which one's going to be the one doing that trick?
Yeah, make sure you film it.
Yeah. And just even if it's just for personal use for me.
Yep.
Either way, I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite forms of entertainment, as it turns out. And I do like when you see one time I saw pornography that it's kind of like up the alley of what I like, even though I don't have any appreciation for the lifestyle because I've never tried the drug. But it said a couple of girls all coked up, right? And I was like, I'm going to give this one a look-see.
Yeah.
And I went in there and I looked at it, and the girls were like, you could tell these were just real girls who were partying with these guys, and they just filmed them banging them or whatever. Mm-hmm. They weren't. I didn't seem like strippers. They seemed like girls who really like coke.
Oh wow!
They may have been prostitute, or maybe they were strippers. Whatever. They just look like regular girls. and they definitely got horny when they did coke or whatever.
There's no like hair and makeup for this.
Yeah, bad lighting. I like a little bad lighting. I like to know that this isn't a professional. That's just me. That's just me. You know what I don't like though?
What's that?
Is what's it called? The cam shows.
Oh yeah.
You know, like cam shows.
Yep.
Because what they'll do something like sexy, and then halfway through they read their comments,
And they want money.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm not going to read comments. I do like I'm not like I don't want to sit here like I'm still jerking off. Now you're going to read comments.
Thanks, Big Boy 777.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I don't like this. What I do like is when a guy actually pays and it makes the it makes the thing in their ass start vibrating.
I didn't know.
Oh, you ever see that?
No.
They stick like a plug thing up their ass or their vagina. Maybe sometimes it's in their vagina.
Yeah.
And sometimes they go into public or whatever. And if a guy tips them, it makes the thing vibrate. So then people will just keep tipping, and then the girl will be like, being like she's being electrocuted.
What a move to get money.
That's actually pretty funny. Like to me, that's a pretty fun move. I think
Send her into a job interview or something.
It's amazing the world of porn you get because like you go to different. There's like these 4 Brazilian girls who did that with the thing where you put the thing up your wazoo and tips would make you vibrate.
Yeah.
And these girls were just filthy. Mm-hmm. They were filthy.
Yeah.
But bravo.
Yeah, good for them.
Something you don't see it in regular North American porn. You need to watch some South American porn once in a while.
That's hilarious.
Anyways, that's my porno story. And so to close today, I just wanted to. This is a real thought that I had.
Okay.
And it was about my penis.
Mm-hmm.
And I think of my penis less of as an appendage.
Mm-hmm.
Let me start that again. I think of my penis less as an appendage and more of a co-joined twin.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Like he's still like part of me, but he has like we don't always agree on things. He has a mind of his own, you know?
Thoughts and
yeah. And then I was thinking like it does have thoughts. Like my penis does have thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know how people can say they think with their gut?
Yeah.
Or people say you think with your dick, right?
Yeah.
But I really feel it in my dick.
Oh,
like when my dick wants something or whatever, when my dick's thinking something, I feel like a buzzing or an energy or something around my dick. Like my dick perked up.
It's like saying, hey ho.
Do you have that? Does your dick actually communicate with you?
Yeah, I never really thought about it like that, but yeah, I understand the feeling you're talking about.
Yeah, like
it's not like a boner we're talking about.
Not a boner. No. It's just like energy in your crotch for no reason. All of a sudden, there seems to be energy in your crotch, and you're like, "What's that from?" It's because your dick is wants something or whatever. It's like perked up, and you're like, "What the fuck is this guy about?" Right? Because like when we were young, we agreed on everything. Me and my dick, we were pretty much on the same page, and now we're not really on the same page as much. I want to fuck way more than he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a fucking dick about it. And I'm like, why don't you want to do it? It's like, you get tired easy. Or whatever.
I like what I like.
God damn it, man. I like it all. My brain likes everything. My brain's like, I like this. This is really, why aren't you liking this more, dick?
Yeah.
And then he's like, big prostate's cutting you off.
Yeah. Maybe dick is saying, I'm only going to get excited for what I know I can get to.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Like brain is saying yes to everything, and dick is like, let's be real here.
I want something better. I want something different.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I don't think so. Because my experience is that my dick is very faithful.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean.
And my brain isn't as faithful.
Right. Dick is like, I know what we're really going to get. You can think whatever you want.
Oh. But I'm not saying like, but my dick's not very nice. Like my dick doesn't always like, I'm only caring about my wife, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't do what I tell it to all the time.
No.
It likes fucking lots of breaks, Kev.
It's your age.
It likes lots of breaks. It's just like a little resting time.
It's the age.
And then I'm like, I don't appreciate the rest. I can physically do it. It's just that you decide you're taking a break. Well, what the hell?
Yeah, my cardio is good. What about your
I've
cardio?
I've done my job. I've done treadmill work or whatever.
Yeah.
I go for walks.
Yeah.
You fucking need to do some working out there, fucking old dick.
Maybe we need a sponsor that can have dick exercises for us or something.
Maybe, or just fucking some blue pills that make your dick hard. I would try to get a sponsor like that, mostly because I want some.
Yeah.
Hey, that's another thing you can do is send me dick pills.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. That should be the name of this episode instead of R.I.P. Norm MacDonald, because it's like so depressing.
Yeah.
We should just say, send me some dick pills.
Yeah.
That'll be the name of the episode. It's way more exciting. But I say that would be great. Just a nice fucking dick pill, eh?
Yep.
That'd be my next drug. I quit drinking, quit weed, and just go on full dick pills.
Just Viagra.
Yeah, just Viagra
Or whatever,
or Cialis or whatever. Blue Chews.
Blue Chews.
Just everything, just walk around with like fucking ready to use boners at all times.
Raging hard-ons and heavy heart rates. And
You ever with your wife just wake up in the morning and you got a morning boner and you're like, you going to let this go to waste?
she'd just walk away.
How often does this happen? You know, like we got to use this thing. Aren't we going to use it?
Out the door.
Like, fuck, this happens when I didn't even want it to. We got to at least use it. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like late for work.
Yep.
Brushing my teeth.
Yeah. I'll wait till later when you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then you're stinking. That's such a true expression.
When we were younger,
Oh, you didn't think.
yeah, you can't think when you're having sex, and I think all the time. And so all of it has to be like, because I'm so ADD that all of a sudden I'll be fucking, and then like something will come up like my taxes, and then Jesus, it just pops in my head. Yeah,
Direction.
yeah, exactly. It's no good. Yeah, I was gonna say, what was it? It was just in the middle of something. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. I was talking about I don't even care.
You and your dick are on a different page. I know that. But
Yeah, we're on a different page. He's
Morningwood.
Oh, Morningwood, yeah. I was thinking like morning, like I used to do this thing when we were younger called the alarm cock.
I wonder where this is going.
Yeah, like, because like I would say, my wife's like, I can't hit snooze. I got to get up by a certain time. And I go, do you want to set the alarm cock? Because I always wake up from her first alarm.
And it's awake before you.
Yeah, and a lot of times in those days, it definitely was pretty much on the regular, you're already up and ready to go.
Yeah.
So then if I knew she had to wake up, then I could give her the alarm cock.
Just give her a poke with the old alarm cock. Wake
And
her up.
then I have 9 minutes before the snooze.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the first snooze, she's like toweling off.
You're sleeping again.
And I did my job, and everybody's on time for work, you know.
Happy.
And then and it was a happy solution. Yeah, it was a great way to start the day. It was a fun thing to say, alarm cock, and work like a charm.
I'm learning more and more about you today. Like, you do a lot of things in sacrifice for your wife.
Yeah,
Haircuts,
she's my partner.
alarm cock.
I'll do the alarm cock for her. What I do is I make myself as ugly as I can for other women so they don't want to try to fuck me. And what else do I do? Oh, I don't wash very often for the same reasons.
You really look out for her.
Yeah.
You're a good man.
Brushing my teeth is hit or miss. Those are all things I do for my wife.
Yeah, you're a good man.
Also, my personality does help with the other women part. Yeah, not a huge problem for me. But anyway, so that is our show this week, everyone. If you'd like to, tell a friend if you liked it. And then they can tell a friend, and then they'll tell a friend, and then we'll have all these friends that listen to our show.
Yeah.
And stay tuned for the big news when it's ready to be announced. We hopefully will hear by next week's show what's going on. Future shows coming up. We have one show booked with the very funny David Green, who we've been trying to get on the show forever. He'll be doing a show later this month on the 25th, but I don't know when that's going to be released. And hopefully be having some more guests being booked as if we can keep things out of lockdown. Mm-hmm. And so until next week, we will see you in tea, everybody. See you next Thursday.